Welcome back, everyone. Before we dive into today's picks, I want to remind you of something important. Sports betting is a long-term game. The key is staying consistent, disciplined, and confident. Wins stack up over time if you stick with smart plays. Think of betting not as gambling, but as a hobby that can bring you extra profit when approached with strategy and patience. That's why I share these daily picks. Because every single day matters if you want to build long-term success. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss a single bet. We've got two solid picks covering over 1.5 goals on both Den Bosch, Dordrecht, and Utrecht 2 versus RKC Waalwijk. Let me show you why these look good. First up, Den Bosch versus Dordrecht. These teams have played 30 times head-to-head, and in 87% of those matches, there have been more than 1.5 goals. Footy stats also. Den Bosch at home this season already has played matches where the total goals, both teams, have gone over 1.5 in 100% of their home games so far. Dordrecht have conceded regularly and Den Bosch score quite freely, so expecting at least 2 goals seems realistic here. Then Utrecht 2 versus RKC Waalwijk. Their head-to-head is even more convincing. In all 6 past meetings, there's been over 1.5 goals. And not only that, in those matches, they also always surpassed over 2.5 goals, showing that when these two meet, goals happen. Both teams have attacking intent and defensive lapses, so over 1.5 is a strong lean here. So that's your double pick. Over 1.5 goals in Den Bosch versus Dordrecht, and over 1.5 in Utrecht 2 versus RKC Waalwijk. Total odds around 1.42 for this combo. Let's hope the goals come. Den Bosch and Dordrecht have produced goals when they meet. In their H2H history, over 1.5 goals has occurred in roughly 78% of their matches. Den Bosch at home tend to be pretty effective in attack, averaging solid goal runs in recent home matches. Dordrecht, while not as strong away, still contribute enough to tilt this fixture towards scoring. With both sides having shown ability to score and concede, over 1.5 looks a safe floor. Let's back over 1.5 goals here. Looking at Emmen versus Top Os, history also favors goals. In their last 22 meetings, 20 of them have yielded over 1.5 goals. Emmen have averaged scoring runs in their recent matches and are rarely shut out at home. Top Os, meanwhile, even when under pressure, usually manage to contribute or concede early. Given this goal-friendly head-to-head trend and both teams' recent form, over 1.5 is a very realistic expectation in this match. First, Jong AZ Alkmaar versus Vitesse. Their head-to-head history shows average goals per match around 2.5z, and half the past 2 meetings have gone over 1.5. Even though A's have been weak at home lately, Vitesse bring good attacking momentum which tilts things toward early goals. Then Almere City versus Jong PSV. These teams' past fixtures average nearly 4 goals per match and both teams to score in roughly 74% of their direct encounters. Almere City's home form is shaky, but PSV too have been solid away with strong offensive numbers, averaging 2 goals per game. So backing over 1.5 in both feels like a confident play, decent value without overreaching. Good luck. RSC Anderlecht Futures versus Beerschot VA away team win or draw, plus Arminia Bielefeld versus Magdeburg over 1.5 goals. Let's start with Anderlecht Futures versus Beerschot. H2H shows these two have met 6 times since 2022, with Beerschot winning 3 and drawing 2. Anderlecht Futures have yet to beat them in those encounters. Beerschot are stronger on form lately in the Challenger Pro League, and the betting preview picks them to take at least a point. So the away win or draw is sensible here. Then Bielefeld versus Magdeburg. In their direct match history, the average goals per match is 3.0. Also, of Bielefeld's home matches this season, 80% have produced over 1.5 goals. Magdeburg have conceded in many away matches, and their defensive problems have been highlighted in recent reports. So over 1.5 goals looks like a high probability outcome. Together, these picks give good value. Let's go with them. Confidence is up. Good luck. First up, Kapfenberger SV versus FC Hertha Wels. Kapfenberger currently sit 5th in the table, Hertha Wels down in 12th. Kapfenberger have played 5, won 3, lost 2, scoring 6 goals and conceding 6. Hertha Wels, meanwhile, have managed just 1 win in their 5, with a goal difference of 1-6. Their H2H shows 2 prior meetings, both ending in draws. Given Kapfenberger's home edge and Hertha Wels' defensive struggles in away form, away team win or draw, i.e. Hertha Wels avoiding a loss, offers value here. Second, SKN St. Pölten versus SV Stripfing. Pölten are currently league leaders with excellent attacking stats, averaging about 2.40 goals scored per home match and conceding about 0.80. Stripfing, in contrast, sit much lower, 13th, with weaker defensive record, especially away from home. Head-to-head between these sides, Stripfing has won 3 of the last 4 matches. Pölten have yet to secure a win over them in those games. Given Pölten's home orientation and attacking firepower versus Stripfing's vulnerabilities, backing home team win or draw for Pölten is sensible. Together, this double gives decent security with both picks rooted in form, head-to-head, and standings. Best of luck. First up, SC Austria Lustenau vs Sturm Graz 2 in the Austrian 2 Liga. Lustenau are currently mid-table, sitting around 7th-8th, while Sturm Graz 2 find themselves near the bottom, at about 14th to 15th place with very few points so far. Their head-to-head record shows only 2 matches recently. Lustenau won 1, the other was a draw. Also, Lustenau's home performances have been much stronger than Sturm Graz 2's away ones. Given that imbalance, home team win or draw plus over 1.5 goals is looking like a reasonable prediction. Second, Hertha Berlin 2 FC Dynamo in the Regional Liga. These teams have met many times, around 21 to 23 times total, and their matches tend to be relatively high scoring. Average goals per game in their H2H is about 3.3 goals. Even though both sides have wins, Hertha Berlin 2 have been decent at home this season, while Dynamo have had mixed results on the road. So over 1.5 goals here looks safe, especially given both sides tend to contribute in attack when playing each other. Together, this combo gives good value for risk, combining home advantage and goal trends. Best of luck. First match, EIF SalPa Liga Finland. EIF currently sits 6th, SalPa are down around 10th. Head-to-head, out of 7 recent meetings, EIF have won 4, SalPa none, and there have been 3 draws. SalPa's away form has been weak, while EIF are strong at home. So backing EIF to win over 0.5 goals makes sense. Home advantage, better form, and history favoring them. Second match, Hertha Berlin 2 vs BFC Dynamo, Regional Liga Nordost, Germany. In their head-to-head history, around 21 to 23 matches, BFC Dynamo have 10 wins, Hertha 2 9, and a couple draws. Average goals in their mutual games is about 3.3 goals per match. Neither side has kept many clean sheets in these matches. BTTS both teams to score tends to occur often. Given that, over 1.5 goals is a good pick. Expect at least 1 goal from each or a high-scoring affair. First match, Hallischer FC vs BSG Chemie Leipzig. Hallischer sit first in the Regional Liga Nordost, while Chemie Leipzig are down in 18th. In their recent direct meetings, 2 matches, Hallischer won 1, the other was a draw. The average goals in these H2H games was about 3.0 per match, so there's a strong history of scoring. Also, Hallischer at home tend to dominate, while Chemie Leipzig have struggled away. This points toward a home win being a realistic pick with over 1.5 goals likely. Second match, SBV Hankofen-Hailing vs Bayern Munich 2. Bayern Munich 2 have been strong recently and are placed 4th. Hankofen-Hailing are much lower, 13th in Regional Liga Bayern. In their head-to-head matches, 4 games, 100% went over 1.5 goals. Bayern 2 also average a good number of goals scored per away match, and Hankofen-Hailing at home seem to concede often enough to support the over 1.5 scenario. Match 1, SB Ansbach vs FC Augsburg 2. Head-to-head, these 2 teams have played 6 matches since 2022, each winning 3.0 draws. Goals in those H2H games, Ansbach scored 9, Augsburg 2 scored 17, so average goals per game 4.33. Over 1.5 goals has hit in nearly 100% of these H2H fixtures. So backing over 1.5 goals here looks very safe. Both teams tend to score. It's rarely a super tight defensive deadlock. Match 2, if Hankofen-Hailing vs TSV Buchbach. The previous meeting, 27th of July 2025, ended 3-0 to Buchbach. H2H record more broadly, out of 7 matches since 2020, Buchbach has won 4, Hankofen-Hailing won 1, 2 draws. Total goals in their H2H games tend to be 60% over 1.5 and quite often see more than 2 goals when Buchbach win. Match 1, Co Bramblers vs Treaty United. Kobe Ramblers are currently second in the first division with a strong overall record, lots of wins and only a few losses. Their recent form at home shows they score goals and seldom lose, while Treaty United's away form has been less convincing. In many of Kobe's recent home matches, over 1.5 goals has been achieved. They also drew 1-1 in their last game, showing that other teams can score. A sign the matches aren't always shutouts. So backing Kobe Ramblers to win or draw over 0.5 goals looks like a smart pick. Match 2. Dundalk versus Bray Wanderers. Head-to-head, out of over 40 matches, Dundalk have won about 21, Bray around 10, with the rest draws. Average goals per match in their H2H is 2.6 goals. Dundalk are very strong at home this season, scoring well and rarely failing to find the net. Bray also managed to score away sometimes, making over 1.5 goals fairly likely. Lech Poznań hosting Zagłębie Lubin in the Ekstraklasa, and we've got enough signs pointing toward home team win or draw plus over 1.5 goals. Lech are currently 6th in the table, while Zagłębie Lubin are down near 15th. Lech have had good momentum lately, 6 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws in their last 10, averaging about 2.4 goals per match. On the other hand, Zagłębie have struggled, with fewer wins and a weaker form, especially away from home. Head-to-head, these two have played a lot, 48 matches in total. Lech have won 19, Zagłębie Lubin 14, and the rest draws. The average goals in their matches is about 2.19 goals per game. Also, when Lech plays at home this season, over 85% of their matches have had more than 1.5 total goals. Putting that together, backing Lech to win or draw makes sense given their superior form, and over 1.5 goals is very likely since both teams have shown they can score in these matchups. Good luck. Match 1. Sanfrecce Hiroshima versus Kyoto Sanga. In the last 8 head-to-head games, there have been 5-8 matches with over 1.5 goals. Kyoto Sanga have scored 14 goals in their last 5 matches and are in excellent away form. Sanfrecce Hiroshima at home concede occasionally but also score regularly. Their goal stats average around 1.86 goals per match over the season. So over 1.5 goals feels like a safe floor here. Both sides have shown ability to find the net, and history supports this. Match 2. Le Mans versus Rodez. Their H2H record, 4 recent matches, with Rodez winning 3 and 1 draw. Only one forward went over 1.5 goals so far. However, looking at recent form, both teams have been scoring with some frequency. Rodez have conceded in many away matches. Le Mans have mixed results but are not known for clean sheets. The average total goals per match between them is 1.75 goals in those H2H fixtures. Chinese Super League, Chengdu Rongcheng hosting Changchun Yatai, and all signs point to a strong start and finish for the home side. Let's dig into the numbers. In their last 8 head-to-head matches, Chengdu have won 4, Changchun Yatai 2, and 2 were draws. The average goals per match between them have been roughly 2.88, meaning these games tend to be lively. Chengdu's recent form at home is excellent. In their last 5 home games, they've been strong. Solid attacking numbers, a good goal difference, and consistency in scoring early. Meanwhile, Changchun Yatai are struggling away. Fewer wins, more vulnerabilities early on, defensive issues. Given all that, I believe Chengdu Rongcheng will lead at halftime and stay on to win at full time. Confidence here is high. They've shown they can start strong, have the home advantage, and Changchun just don't look solid enough to come back from an early deficit. Let's go with halftime winner plus full-time winner, Chengdu Rongcheng. Good luck. Match 1. Benfica versus Santa Clara. Benfica have dominated this fixture historically. Out of 18 matches, they've won 15. Santa Clara just won, with 2 draws. The average goals in their direct meetings is around 3.0 per match, so these games tend to see more than just a solitary goal. At home this season, Benfica averaged 2.00 goals per game and over 1.5 total goals in about 70 to 75% of their matches. So home team win, Benfica is well supported. Strong home form, dominance over Santa Clara, and goal expectations are there. Match 2. Esenler Irakspor versus Hatayspor. Irakspor are currently mid-table, placed 9th, while Hatayspor are struggling, placed towards 17th. In recent home games, Irakspor have been decent. They have not lost in 7 of the last 8 home matches in the 1. Hatayspor away have particularly poor form lately. They have not won in 7 of their last 8 away matches. So backing home team win or draw, Erokspor looks like a reasonable hedge. Their home resilience plus Hatayspor's away struggles give value here. Match 1, Manchester City Women versus Brighton and Hove Albion Women. In their H2H since 2018, City have dominated, 12 wins, Brighton just 1 and 2 draws. The average goals in their past meetings is high, around 4.27 goals per game in those previous clashes. Brighton's away performance has been average, while City at home nearly always have the edge. So backing home team win for Manchester City Women looks well supported. Match 2, West Ham United Women vs Arsenal Women. Head-to-head history shows Arsenal overwhelmingly in favor. Out of 15 past matches, Arsenal won 13, West Ham only won, with 1 draw. West Ham's recent home form is mixed, and Arsenal, coming off a strong win 4-1 versus London City, are riding momentum. Arsenal tend to score and put pressure away. West Ham concede at home more often in these kinds of matchups. Given that, home team win or draw, i.e. West Ham avoiding loss, offers a safer angle, though the edge of quality is with Arsenal. Match 1, Marseille versus Lorient. In their 24 previous meetings, Marseille have won 15, Lorient just 3, with 6 draws. The average goals per game in those matches is about 3.04, so these are rarely dull, low-scoring games. Marseille have been dominating corners lately. In their last 3 matches this season, they've won 21 corners total, compared to Lorient's 10. Also, the historical corner data for Marseille at home versus Lorient, their corners per game are significantly higher, giving weight to home corners over 2.5. So Marseille looks strong to either win or draw, to get at least 1 goal themselves, and to dominate corners. Match 2, Bayer Leverkusen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Head-to-head over their recent history, 37 matches, 20 wins for Leverkusen, 13 for Frankfurt, 3 draws. Over 1.5 goals has happened in nearly 100% of those matches. Over 2.5 in about 78%, both teams tend to score. BTTS, both teams to score, is true in about 65% of their meetings. So expecting over 1.5 goals here is quite safe. Likely both teams get into the frame.